Ever wonder how big organizations don't just find the lowest price, but, truly optimize for value when they're buying services or complex goods? Well, this deep dive is all about unveiling the fascinating spectrum of reverse auctions, these powerful tools that basically flip the traditional auction right on its head.
Exactly. In a reverse auction, the whole dynamic shifts. Instead of buyers bidding prices up, you have sellers bidding down. They're competing, sometimes quite vigorously, to offer you the absolute best terms.
Right. So you might initially think an auction is just about chasing that lowest number, right? But we're going to explore how there's actually a whole toolkit of different reverse auction types. And each one is really designed for specific scenarios to achieve very different strategic goals.
Yeah, our mission today is really to explore these distinct types, understand their unique mechanics, and maybe most importantly, discern when each one is best used to optimize not just cost, but that overall value for your organization.
Okay, let's kick things off with maybe the most frequently used one, the British reverse auction. What makes it so prevalent?
Well, in a British reverse auction, suppliers see either the best price offered or maybe just their own rank, sometimes both, and they bid downwards in real time. This incredible transparency really fuels intense competitive pressure.
So everyone sees what's happening.
Pretty much. And that often leads to really aggressive bidding. It's your go-to for standardized goods or services, where you have many qualified suppliers and price is really the main driver. Think commodity purchases, maybe routine IT services.
Okay.
But, and this is crucial, if you suspect you only have one really competitive bidder, this format might not be ideal. You're basically handing them your negotiating leverage. So use with caution there.
That makes perfect sense for just driving down costs.
Yeah.
But what if, supplier relationships or maybe unique value is more important than just the bottom line? Does the British auction struggle a bit there?
Precisely. Yeah, that's where other formats, ones that change the bidding psychology entirely, really come in. Take Vickery reverse auctions, for instance.
Vickery, a second price sealed bid. That sounds counterintuitive. Paying the second lowest bid. How does that make suppliers more truthful?
It sounds odd, right? But the genius of Vickery is it actually makes honesty the best strategy. The winning supplier pays the price of the second lowest bid, maybe minus a tiny step. So this mechanism basically compels suppliers to submit their true costs. They don't have to fear overpaying or losing out just by being a fraction too low.
Ah, okay. Less guesswork.
Exactly. It significantly reduces that strategic game playing. So this format is best for more sophisticated procurement environments. Think complex, high-value contracts or specialized services where you really need that trust and transparency about true costs.
Okay, different angle then. What if urgency is your primary driver? Speed is key. The Dutch reverse auction sounds like it's built for that. Tell us how that works.
Yeah, inspired by the traditional Dutch flower auctions, this format is really rapid fire. The price starts very low.
Starts low.
Yes, low, and it increases over time at set intervals until a supplier accepts. The first one to claim the price wins the deal.
Wow. Okay. High pressure.
Definitely. It creates immediate urgency among suppliers, and it's extremely time efficient. It really excels in those time-sensitive situations where you need quick decisions. Or maybe when you have a pretty good handle on market pricing already, and perhaps a limited number of suppliers who are comfortable making fast decisions.
Okay, interesting. And building on that time-bound idea, but with a kind of strategic twist, we have the Japanese reverse auction. How is that different from the Dutch?
It's similar to the Dutch in that it's time-bound, but the mechanics are flipped. The price starts high.
High this time.
Right? Starts high and decreases at predetermined intervals. As the price drops, suppliers actively opt out when they can no longer meet that price. The last supplier standing, the one who doesn't opt out, wins.
So it filters people out.
Exactly. It provides a very systematic way of discovering the price floor, and it can significantly reduce the winner's curse risk, that feeling you might have overpaid just because you won. Suppliers get multiple chances to withdraw. It's quite effective for complex projects, maybe to test market depth and supplier commitment, or when you're systematically narrowing down a large field of pre-qualified suppliers, like for large-scale construction projects.
Got it. Sometimes, though, simplicity is key, right? You just need a single clear shot. That sounds like where sealed bid auctions come in.
Absolutely. In a sealed bid auction, it's straightforward. Suppliers submit their best and final offers simultaneously. Crucially, they do this without knowing what competitors are bidding.
Blind bids.
Essentially, yes. This format really eliminates a lot of those gaming strategies. It's simple to implement and often reduces the risk of Supplier collusion. It works best for routine purchases or when you have really clear requirements defined upfront. Or maybe when time constraints or even regulatory requirements favor a single bin process. It's also quite accessible for organizations maybe with less auction experience.
Okay, but let's circle back to value.
Uh,
What if your procurement priorities go beyond just the lowest price? This feels like where strategic sourcing really shines, maybe with weighted or multi-attribute auctions.
mhm.
How do these help find value beyond just cost?
Right, this is crucial. These auctions evaluate bids on multiple criteria, not just price. Things like quality, delivery time, technical capabilities. Each factor gets a predetermined weight in the final scoring. And in multi-attribute auctions, suppliers can sometimes even modify these non-price factors during the auction itself.
Oh, interesting. So they can adjust quality or delivery proposals?
Potentially, yes, depending on the setup. The key advantage here is that it optimizes for total value, not just simple cost cutting. It encourages supplier innovation and really reflects real-world procurement priorities much better. So this is excellent for complex procurements where quality or innovation are vital, for strategic supplier selections, or, frankly, any situation where the cheapest option might clearly not deliver the best overall long-term value.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've journeyed across a whole spectrum of pretty powerful reverse auction formats.
Yeah, and it's really crucial to understand there's no single perfect formula. Choosing the right format isn't guesswork. It requires careful thought about your specific procurement context, your market characteristics, your organizational goals, looking at factors like your spend analytics or, the number of potential bidders you actually have.
So think about how mastering these distinct reverse auction strategies could potentially transform not just your cost savings, but the entire long-term value your organization receives from its suppliers. It's really about strategically matching the tool to the task and understanding deeply that the best deal isn't always just the cheapest one.
Absolutely. And really digging into your market dynamics, understanding the supplier landscape, that's truly key to success with any of these formats.